Mind if I record all this because my kids never believe that I was here for the conference. They think that I'm here for the chocolate. And by the way, about all those technical problems, you see my psychiatrical world when everything's going wrong and you have to adopt. So here you could see my presentation, 27 pages. And I wrote 16 pages publication. And you know what the butterfly effect is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
The theory when butterfly wing could be a reason for the hurricane somewhere on another part of the planet. So I really prepared. I tried to make something understandable, and I came here 4 days ago with my beautiful wife. And I realized that even 100 pages publication and several presentations, which could work, of course, wouldn't be enough. That is why I would try to make it, well, wrong, weird, as everything is now. And I would like to use your imagination to make our point of view much more observable and understandable, if you don't mind, okay? So, imagine that you live your life, ordinary, regular Switzerland life. You have your wife, your house or apartment, or house. Was rich enough? Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. But I started.
Sure.
You cannot stop me. And you have your labradoodle or whatever, you have your kitchen, your cats, your kids, they have school, and they go to school every day, and you pack those sandwiches in small plastic boxes. I don't know if you do this here in Switzerland, but, well, we do. My wife does. And
sometimes.
Suddenly, and you even have your grandmother picture pinned to the wall. But suddenly, you understand there's something happening. You hear and you see the hurricane which rushes through your kitchen and it breaks your furniture, your plates, your plastic boxes with sandwiches. Even your labradoodle is flying around and your grandmother pictures also scattered. Everything's destroyed. And it takes like several minutes to understand that all your entire life is no more. It's devastated. You're trying to collect everything, you're trying to take those furnitures, the grandmother, well, picture and labradoodle, you're trying to catch labradoodle and pack those sandwiches back into those plastic boxes, but you just can't. You cannot stop the hurricane. You can't. You're trying, but it takes several minutes to understand that you cannot do anything. And you accept, you're trying to accept, but you cannot realize that all your life, your ordinary Switzerland or whatever life, it's not ended in biological meaning, but it's ended in social meaning, because it's not ordinary anymore. Well, it's devastated. But then you wake up and you run to your kitchen and you see that everything seems fine. Furniture, plates, labradoodle, I don't know, sandwiches, your wife packing sandwiches and tell you something like, okay, honey, or whatever in Germany or in Deutsch, come on, hurry up, the school bus is arriving, blah, blah, blah. But we cannot wake up. You understand? We just can't. So it began 10 years ago. But when we had anti-terroristical operation, for me, the guy who was living in Odessa, it's southern part of Ukraine, well, we knew that we had some problems in eastern part, in Donbass region, in Crimea region, that was awful. But we were packing our sandwiches, you understand? In February, 2 years ago, we woke up because of explosions. And yesterday, because, well, one night ago, I didn't fuel my car with gas. Because why? Because tomorrow going to be the same day as today, as yesterday. Ordinary life, right? So I can't just go to the gas station and fill my tank. I couldn't. I was about 7 hours in the line or queue. I know that you guys here, you adore queues and lines, right? And, well, 7 hours for 20 liters of fuel. Explosions everywhere, panic, people running, trying to do something, trying to catch that labradoodle. But the understanding that life is ended, well, it came later. So now let's get back to the presentation. Impact of wartime is psychological trauma on soldiers, civilians, and children. Well, you know that all that the war is terrible, of course. But any of you can speak a lot about how ugly the war is, right? But there is a little difference, because now we fail. Now I made something for you to feel. I believe that, well, I managed at least at something. So, always we have 3 categories of people who could suffer because of it. Soldiers, it's not here, it was here. Soldiers, civilian, and children. Well, when our big war started, we have something that we could barely call an army. It was not disrupted, but scattered pieces of units with commanders, who was commanders because of the bribes and relatives and something like this. And we had big lines after that war started in our recruitment points, maybe, right? Mm-hmm. Where you can be a military. So imagine you were manager or whatever, working bank, in hospital, packing, I don't know, in McDonald's, whatever, yesterday. Now you're military. Take a rifle and go. But you can't, you're not military. But now you're on camouflage, with chevrons, whatever, now you're military. So you expect that you can, because you're military now, you in the army now, remember that song, right? That you can meet all those problems they met. But yesterday you were not a military. So, but now you are. So we have military, civilian, and children. So let's speak about it. How much time do I have, by the way?
15 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay, cool.
Yeah. 15 minutes.
I will try.
10
to fit. 10. Thank you so much.
10 left. 10 left.
2 more words and gonna be 5. Okay, got it. They don't like truth. Okay, so soldiers, mostly, no, I will make it shorter. Why? Because all that thing about PTSD, trauma, everything, you know about it. Well, if you're doctors, you know about it, everything, or mostly everything. And speaking of it, I'm gonna be the part of those people who always speak about those problems. But I want to continue my guideline and to tell you about the problems we meet in Ukraine with PTSD, trauma-related problems, and so on. So I will blah, 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 about long sequences, that's okay. Believe me, PTSD is bad, okay? So, but I would like you to share, I would like to share the information with you about what we met in Ukraine, what we were faced to, okay? It's gonna be, as for me, much more interesting. But if you want this, you can download this. You can download my publication, 16 pages long in English, or in Russian if you want. And let's speak about Ukrainian problem. So, PTSD. We have several psychiatrists here, I know, and I believe that they gonna agree with me that PTSD is one of the most actual and modern problem we have in psychiatry now. Why? Because we have war. If we have war, we have PTSD, right? Because war is psychotraumatical experience, and that's gonna lead to some mental problems, of course. That is why that is one of the most popular topic for the PR based on PTSD. We have a lot of conferences. We have a lot of publications, presentations, speaking heads in TV or whatever, and they always say the same. PTSD is bad. We have to fight PTSD. We have to help people with PTSD. We have to use antidepressants, antipsychotics, tranquilizers, psychotherapy, CBT, and so on. But I'm MD. I'm not a scientific guy. I am that guy who is trying to work with his hands. So, like in field, right? And I have always the same question. Okay, guys, you big people from ministries or whatever, you speak about PTSD. That's cool. What next? Then you have some kind of memorandum. Let's deal that PTSD is bad and we have to put our attention to the PTSD. Okay, next, who's gonna work? Exactly. Show me those people who would work with PTSD, with injured people, mentally injured people. Who exactly? Psychiatrists, right? Ukrainian psychiatrists, to be precise. First, that was this part, the PTSD, PR-related issues, public attitude. If you have PTSD or any other thing which is related to mental problem, you have, in Switzerland, Germany, France, whatever, to go to psychiatrists, right? In Ukraine, if you go to psychiatrists, your neighbors like, he's crazy. Yeah, no, don't go to psychiatrists because you're crazy. Why? Because, well, because we have Soviet heritage. We have some history. Because psychiatry was something wrong, something odd, something scary. And we have reasons why it was like this. So public attitude is not helping us. Staff issue, another problem. So my question, who gonna work exactly? Doctors. Okay, you have to pay doctors, right? Give them salary. You know average salary for medical doctor in Ukraine? Who can tell? Not Ukrainians.
I told it's shame, yes. It's a secret.
2, 3, 400 USD monthly. Here, I can have a lunch for this money. Maybe 2 lunches and coffee. Maybe, I don't know, if I take a loan in Ukraine. So, we have problem with stuff. Why? Firstly, we should teach them. Who exactly gonna teach them? People who are motivated to teach, right? People want to work and to gain some good money, at least, because doctors in Switzerland, I believe, they get good money, right?
Right.
Right, of course. In Ukraine, well, good money, you should take under the table, maybe not. So, a lot of our people go abroad to try to find some better life, to do something, because honestly, we have a lot of good professionals, but they are underrated, as well, I think. So, all that PR thing about PTSD and related problem, mostly they focus on awareness, not an action. They speak about it, but they do nothing about it. They make some memorandums, some programs, some government programs maybe, and that's it. The rest, doctors with salary 200 USD, they have to work. Why should I work extra time for 200? I shouldn't. That's about attitude about stigmatization of psychiatry. Historical legacy. In the Soviet Union, we had problems with psychiatry because they used psychiatry to punish those who are not agree with the Soviet government line. If you're not agree with that line, you're a psycho. Welcome to asylum. Not in, well, today's meaning of asylum. Cultural stigma. Again, in our country, in our countries from the Soviet Union legacy, with the Soviet Union legacy, we mostly heal our mental state with alcohol, for example. It's easier Because antidepressants, they are scary. You can be antidepressant junkie. But alcohol, no, other thing. Vodka is so tasty, wow, yum yum. Lack of awareness, well, people, they don't speak about it, mostly. Because if you have some mental problem here, I believe most of you, you can tell someone like, dude, I have mental problem, I have depression, I have anxiety, I have panic attacks, whatever. So I need rest, I need days off or something like this. In Ukraine, no, I have withdrawal, I have hangover. That's like more accepted. So the problem with the PTSD and the rest, people try to make coping mechanisms, but self-devastating coping mechanism. Why? Because, well, just we used to. Delayed treatment. This thing that people, they don't go to psychiatrists, they don't go to psychologists, they go to homeopaths, and those guys with extra sensational something, blah, 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 you know that, they gonna fix your karma and stitch your chakra for your money. Would it help? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But not psychiatrists. And those people who are kids now in Ukraine, they gonna be, I hope, parents. Children are traumatized, right? What kind of parents gonna they be? Traumatized. What's gonna happen to their children? My grandchildren, they're gonna be traumatized. My daughter, youngest one, 4 years old, in the middle of the night, when all those explosions and we are just sleeping like, again explosions, I want to sleep, they come to us with my wife and tell something like, why you sleep? Let's go to corridor. Like hall, because we have two walls. You know why we have to have two walls? Because first wall is damaged with the, well, with the impact. And all the chunks flying not into your head or your kids or your wife to another wall. So maybe you're gonna survive. And that 4 years old daughter, he got used to. They got used to a situation they should never get used to. You agree? I hope. The way it was, that's about what to do with all this. Believe me, I can speak about it always. I just don't want to take all your time because I have like 5 minutes, okay. 5 minutes, I could make cappuccino for 5 minutes. For 10 bucks, francs, sorry. So, what we have to do with all that situation? There isn't something one we can do, because it must be multifaceted approach. We have to train new professionals, we have to change public opinion, we have to make some kind of salary issues be fixed. We have to change again public opinion, because if you change someone's financial state, a lot of people gonna, oh, you give them so much money. No, sir, it's too much. Why not me? Oh, well, it's Ukraine. Just get used to it. Because we have a lot of our people here now. And that's a problem which will not disappear just because we speak about it. Even if I make, again, huge publication, a lot of nice pictures of shattered houses, ruined lives, and I will say about it, after this, you're gonna have your cheese, whatever, chocolate. I don't want to offend you guys, never. I will never, well, let myself do it. But I just want to go some beyond just a formal speech, okay? I just want to point to your emotions. Because I'm a psychiatrist, I work with emotions, right? It's boring. No, it's not boring, by the way. Brain drain. That's a big problem we have. It's a huge benefit you have. Because where our brains go, right? Western Europe countries. Because in Poland, well, it's boring. Slovakia, boring. Hungary, no, thank you. So, Western Europe. Why? Because maybe we're gonna be successful, and you, not you, but well, local government, gonna admit our diplomas, like 10 years of training, 20 years of working, and okay, we can assist your doctors. I know that regulations, I know that, that's okay, totally fine. But our doctors, they will try to find better future for them and their kids, and I can't accept this. Said the guy who's gonna fly back to Ukraine in 2 days. Burnout and compassion fatigue. When you work for several hundred USD monthly, you have plans, bureaucracy, your idiot boss or whatever. All bosses are, not all. You're gonna be fatigued. Why? Because you're gonna burn out. Because if I, as a boss, give my staff more tasks to do for same money, but in my free time, well, I'll do it. 1 month, second, third, what next? I'm gonna burn out. And I'm gonna be emotionally numbed about their problems. They're gonna tell me like, I have PTSD. Okay, me too. Good luck with that. Problem, again, how bad it is. Multi-pronged approach, really, indeed, important thing, but I just have lack of time. At least we have presentation now. So the problem is that we have broken system now. Totally, as it's my opinion, we have broken system. Soviet legacy, one. Second, Ukrainian independent medicine, which is not so good as it could be, but it should be. We have people who are trying to find a better life. We have a lot of doctors who go to work as a farm company representatives. Why? Because 200 USD, 1,000 USD. Different things, right? But you're not a doctor anymore. You just go to doctor like, hello, can you prescribe our drugs? Okay, so good. Where to go? Oh, okay, okay. It's our life. I just wanted to share it. What we have to do? So we have conduct information campaigns about PTSD and mental problems, and we have to tell that that's not normality, is totally normal. We have to deal with those peculiarities, problems, because that's totally okay if you're not okay, is in our totally not okay situation. Second, we have to increase, of course, we have to increase government funding. That's gonna be cool, but I will never see those money, of course. But we have to do something to train you professional. We have to do something to fix educational problem. We have to do something to put some money to some programs, maybe not government, because I know the destiny of those money, of course. They're gonna steal it. And maybe some NGOs program to make, let's make psychiatry great again, right? Why not? To treat psychotherapists, psychologists, to persuade people, to explain people that it's okay to go to mental problems professionals when you have mental problems. When you have tooth problem, you go to dentist. When you have injury of whatever organ, you go to that personal. When you have mental problem, oh no, I better take some kind of herbs or maybe something else. No, it's just gonna fix itself. It's gonna be okay. No, no, it's not depression. I just don't want to do anything for 3 months, and I don't want to eat, and I just want to kill myself. That's not a problem. It's okay. But we know we are not going to psychiatrists because it's not popular. But we have to do something. They love to make PR. Let's make it. Creation of accessible PTSD treatment programs that include psychotherapy and medication and everything like this.